Nee, nee, nee.
Well, I got your notification. We're live. Yep, we're on.
Yay, it worked. All right. Awesome. Okay. So we are live. This is exciting. I love it. All right. So this is Corina Angela, and this is the Bridge to Enlightenment. Welcome. This is Promo Wednesday here in the Bridge to Enlightenment. And I'm really excited to be here with Patricia Manji. Say hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Absolutely. So we're just going to deep dive into the energy talk. And first I'll do a little intro and then we'll kind of give you the gist of what we're going to be talking today about and some questions. But please, when you're on, please let us know. And if you have any questions or comments, please let us know in the comments. And yeah, and we'll keep up with your comments, right? We're going to both work on that together.
Yeah, so far we have Katie Curry, I think.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Katie. Hi. Wonderful. Okay, well, I'm going to intro myself just a little bit. I'm Corina Angela, creating transformation in your life and in your business as a business and spiritual mentor. I help you blast through your blocks and up level your businesses. And I'm really on a mission to empower women to stand in their truth and to really utilize their amazement and bringing that up and out in their life and their spiritual practice, but most of all, just really up leveling their amazing businesses and being in service. So that's a little blip about me. And I'm just really excited. So I pretty much put this together and wanted to offer and share this out because, you know, when you have guest speakers on, it's so amazing when you're interviewing that person and you're just bringing up and out their amazement. So I wanted to offer this out to anyone that is interested. And so just please reach out to me and, you can PM me or leave a comment here in the comments. But our first guest speaker here is our very own Patricia Manji. So I'm so excited. She's the first one. Yay.
I know. I'm the test run, I guess you can call it.
I love it. I love it. No, I think it's fantastic. So we are going to, the topic of discussion today is all about energy. So it's the energy talk. So we'll get into that in a moment, but I'm just really excited that Patricia is here with us. And it's just really opening up another amazing opportunity to share your truth, share what you're feeling, and bringing up and out your amazement. So I'm just excited. So let's see. What else did I want to share? Oh, yeah. And then if you're interested in the 1-month epic practice program that I have right now, please see the link in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the comments right now. And just reach out to me if you have any questions about that. And I guess let's just dive in. How about that?
Okay, sounds good. I didn't do the month with you, but I've been working with you for what? 5 months now. So
it's been we've been on this amazing mentorship program, and it's been I'm really excited, and just to see you come up and out and really flourish has been just an amazing ride.
Yeah, I can honestly say yes. I've come a long way. Even 2-3 months ago, I would have said no to this, to the interview. Well, you know how difficult it was to get me on
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So bravo. I mean, big leaps for you. So
yeah. So
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, no, thank you. You push just enough to get me over the hurdle, but not launch me over the hurdle. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. We have Monica and Joan and Heather just,
Hello, hello. Thank you for
yeah.
joining, everyone. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So perhaps you could share with everybody just a little bit how it's been working with me in
Ah,
a nutshell.
in a nutshell, well,
I
a
don't
little scary simply because you do just push me enough out of my comfort zone. But it honestly, it has been amazing. I mean, I never would have thought in what 5 months I'd have my business up and running, and you know, doing this is way past my comfort zone, but I'm doing it. I'm here, and so it has been a crazy ride at times, but yeah, it has been very well, not just amazing, but just eye-opening what I can really do
know.
if I just stop listening to that voice telling me, don't do it, don't, you're safe here, don't go into, yeah. So yeah, thank you. It's been a really good experience, a great experience. Yeah.
Fantastic. Ooh, thank you. Thank you so much. And so I wanted to share with everybody that I had an amazing session with Patricia. So we're gonna share a little bit about that. Patricia is an amazing energy practitioner and intuitive guide. And we just had our first session, what, 2 days ago, was it?
Yes, it was actually on Monday.
Yeah.
So two days
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
And to share, it's very rare that I have somebody kind of tap into my energy field, and you could explain a little bit, but it's been several years in the last when I came back from Peru, of course. It was amazing, and I worked with a lot of shamans, and that came into my energy field. It was amazing. But then when I came back from Peru, there was this one person that tried to tap into my energy and was actually blocked. So because he wasn't very, very
Woo,
well.
I was allowed then.
Yeah, well, I'll tell the little story too because it's really fascinating. But he was blocked, and he was, very well renowned, and on his path for many, many, many years, and he was
Mhm.
blocked. So, which was really interesting. So, the amazing session that I had with Patricia a couple days ago. You wanna go into a little bit and share a little bit? Maybe
Well,
your first sensation that you. Well, I'll kind of segue into what happened in the beginning. Okay,
uh,
so before in a session, for myself, I like to either put out like a color or a certain energy or something to kind of gauge where my clients are, or gauge, where they're at on their path. So, so for
so you were testing me then.
well, you know me, I'm always a tester. And so before we began, I just really just blasted out this amazing energy towards Patricia. And not 1 minute later, go ahead, what you experienced.
Yeah, once I connected to you, it was like I had to ask you to take a deep breath because I started feeling just everything swirling around in my head. I felt a little dizzy and started seeing like a strobe light, even though I had my eyes closed. It was like just flashing in there.
Mhm.
So yeah, you.
But it was the heat, right? The heat.
Well, that's true. Oh, that's right.
Being
Before
hot.
I even said any of that, the dizziness, I felt it from head to toe. It was like I was getting ready to sweat, and I was just sitting here.
And
Yeah.
now, okay, and for validation, that was the piece I was looking for. I went, fantastic. So I went, okay. And I didn't say anything. And then we went onward. And so I went, okay, that's where she's at. Fantastic. And I timed it as well. So I'm very in sync that way. I'm like filing all the information away. And then as she traveled down my body, we didn't go over the throat, and she went right into what, Patricia?
I was focusing into your heart chakra, but that's when my left shoulder started burning. Like when you've just exercised more than you should, and the muscle, that's what I started feeling in my shoulder. And I'm like, do you have any shoulder pain? Because my shoulder just lit up. It's on fire.
And which was fantastic. So that was the second validation for me of where she was at. I had shoulder surgery a couple of years ago, orthopedic surgery, orthoscopic.
Which I did not know.
Had no idea. And the night before, we had a thunder and lightning storm. And anytime there's thunder and lightning, my shoulder acts up. So it was actually hurting the night prior. And then that day it was a little achy. So the minute she tapped into that, I went, yes. I'm like, okay. So that was fantastic. And then she did a lot of clearing on it, which was fantastic. And then I could actually feel the energy going down my arm. And then my fingers began to tingle. And then it was just, emanating the energy out, which was really amazing. So I could actually feel it and see it and everything. So it was fantastic. So that was the second one. And then we went back up to the throat. Worked on the throat chakra. Yeah. And that was a lot of clearing for my dream that I had shared with you. All the clearing for the throat chakra through a dream. But then the other validation was the piece where somebody came up.
That was interesting, because I mean, I'm still, processing, learning what I can see and hear and feel.
As we all are too, we're all processing.
Yeah. And all of a sudden I didn't see anyone, but I felt a female energy come forward and kind of like standing right behind you, like just looking over your shoulder, looking at me. And I felt this, like, I'm watching you. So you better be careful, because I'm here and I'm watching.
And when she said that, I went, yes, because I have several guardians that are always with me. And they're very, very protective, who comes into my energy. So when she said that, I went, oh yeah. And I just went, oh, this is just brilliant. This is amazing. And I knew she was there, and she was watching Patricia to see what the process was, and how pure she was, and how in alignment she was with my energy, which was fantastic. It was really, really fantastic. And it was allowed to continue, which was fantastic. So it wasn't stopped.
Yeah, no, I didn't feel, like, stop what you're doing, but it was like, just be careful with what you're doing, because I'm watching. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was. So overall, I mean, the session was amazing, and it was just phenomenal. And you've come so far. I just, in the short duration of time, I just feel like I'm like, yes. So I'm just gonna be cheering and bravo. So I just wanted to share that, because it was it was quite amazing. So, and thank you again for that wonderful session.
Oh, you're welcome. No, thank you for allowing me, because I know it's hard for people to especially people that don't know what energy work is,
right.
Because it is an intimate thing. I'm tapping into basically your private personal space. So
absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah. So thank you for allowing me to.
You're welcome.
And thank you to your guides that took me out.
Guys, thank you. And perhaps you're my go-to person.
Well, there you go. Maybe.
Yes, it's been years. So this is fantastic. I'm like elated. So thank you. But let's segue into the energy talk now. I would love to ask you some questions.
Yes.
First, if you can introduce yourself and what you do, and
Okay.
just kind of give a snippet of
Well,
you.
my name is Patricia Manji, and up to about January probably, I was still just a stay-at-home mom. And I did go through a coaching program, the training. Oddly enough, that's what kind of launched all this other spiritual side, you know, the woo side, I guess you can call it.
And the woo side.
Because it wasn't until I started working with that training, the coach training, that all this opened up. So yeah, it's been a short time that I've realized what actually I partially what I can do, because I know it's still unfolding, because each session, like I said, different things come up. You know, at first it was just, I could sense the energy, but now I actually can hear, feel, and see things as I'm working on someone. So it's evolving, and it's been interesting. But yeah, so I'm life coach and energy worker. somehow those intertwined while I was doing my training, and that's
they're all connected, right?
Yes.
They are. That's wonderful. Well, thank you. I just so appreciate you here with us. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm going to ask you some questions. So how would you say energy healing works for those of us that don't know how it works, or specifically what your modality is, your process?
Yeah. Well, like you said, there are so many modalities. You know, even massage therapy is considered energy work. But like I said, mine kind of came intuitively. What I've learned, I didn't take any Reiki courses, so I'm not a Reiki practitioner. It's similar to Reiki, what I do, but it's not, you know, I didn't take any of the training for that. It just kind of happened and evolved on its own. And with the help of my guides, I've kind of been working through it and expanding it. But just for the people who think this is kind of a little bit crazy, a little bit past their, you know, comfort zone, I just like to remind people, if you paid attention in class when you were in school, just even a little tiny bit, in science class, we were told, you know, everything you see, including ourselves, are molecules. And if you go down to the core, a molecule is basically energy. So, you know, physics can prove it. And Albert Einstein came up with a little tiny formula that tells you, you know, about energy. E equals mc squared, which is energy equals matter, which we are matter, multiplied by the speed of light, you know. So it's not as crazy as it seems. But yeah, so that just a little, you know, refresher course that
I love that, because I love science. I'm like, yes,
yeah, so you know, it's not all that crazy, because it down at the core, you know, we all are energy, and the physical body kind of works in combination with our energy. So energy healing, what it does, it's the practice of holistically going in and I guess, you know, just clearing that flow, because we have the 7 points, energy points, which are called chakras. And those tend to get kind of backed up every now and then, because, you know, we have emotions that we hold on to, we suppress, we don't say what we need to say. And that starts Yes, exactly. That starts backing up that energy flow, not allowing it to go and smooth in a smooth stream. And eventually the body will feel that. And that's when you start getting aches and pains and different symptoms. And with energy healing, what as practitioners, what we do, we go in there and kind of remove those blocks just so the body can then intuitively heal itself, because the body knows what it needs to heal. So once everything is flowing correctly, the body pretty much takes care of it. So in a nutshell, that's what energy work is. It's just going in there to let that flow again so the body can function the way it needs to.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. So what would you say the benefits of energy work would be?
Well, like I said, because it is intertwined, the physical body with the energetic body, once you do clear some of those energetic blocks, you will find physical relief. I've helped people with migraines, anxiety with stress, insomnia, people that had been having trouble sleeping. And after a session, they said they slept like a baby, for the first time in a long time. So there's physical benefits, your body will benefit from the energy work. So, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And then how can energy work help you through grief, anxiety? What are the results of that? I know you
Yeah.
on, sleeping better. What other ways have you helped your clients really alleviate what they came to you for?
Well, the thing is specifically with like grief and anxiety, that's a lot of pent up emotion that we tend to hold on to.
Right.
It varies from sadness through anger, the different emotions that grief or anxiety can bring. And the benefit of having energy work specifically for these, for both grief and anxiety, is not just that you bring up those emotions, because unfortunately we do have to feel them to let them go. So we can't just say, oh, I'm removing the block and that's it. Right. The thing is, once I remove blocks, sometimes emotions do come up. I have had clients that after a session said they just started sobbing uncontrollably, until everything came up, but then they were fine. It was like just, yes, exactly. A big weight lifted. So the benefit of working with energy through the grief and the anxiety, it might bring stuff up, but it will help you clear it. It makes it easier and smoother process than just trying to do it alone, because in this society we're told keep quiet. You keep it all to yourself, especially as women.
Figure it out on your own. It's like,
yes, especially as women, we're told, you can't let them see you cry. You have to just suck it up, keep going. And that's not very helpful. So energy work helps kind of not speed up the process, but make it more effective than just maybe journaling or talking, because you are moving what's blocked in there. So
it's a release.
It's a release.
Definitely a release. And then you're integrating that amazing energy as well, right? Yeah. I love that. So when or how did you find out that you could tap into people's energy? How did that all evolve? And
interestingly enough, it happened with painting.
Oh, right, because you do
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah. So I started noticing if I was looking at someone's picture, especially around the eyes, I started noticing colors. What is this going? So the longer I would look at the picture, more colors would come up. And then I'm like, well, something told me to put it on paper.
Mm.
colors, start putting it on paper. And eventually I figured out, oh, I'm tapping into the person's energy to put this on paper. And I did that for a little while. And then I finally, something clicked and said, well, if I can tap into paint like this, maybe I can tap into kind of move things around, help a little further. And of course, I have a good friend of mine who she knows this whole journey. And I told her, I said, can I practice on you? You know, I said, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm being told do this. So she allowed me to, and that's how I figured out that I was able to connect to someone else's energy field, energy body, and move things around. Yeah.
I love that. And practicing, that's huge.
Yes, and exactly. And like I said, it was all intuitive. It was just, you know, yeah, people might say, well, you were listening to voices in your head, really?
But the voices were right.
Yes, they were. So yeah, it all just came out of me listening to that intuitive push that was saying, try this, just try it, just do it. And I did, yeah.
That's so exciting, and so happy that you did listen. You know, how many of us don't listen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And practicing, taking that action to actually find somebody to practice with. That's brilliant,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because we all need practice, absolutely,
Yeah.
to grow our gifts, to bring it
Mm-hmm.
up and out. So, oh, I love that. I love it. And let's see. So, how would you explain your process, your preparation? So,
Okay.
perhaps before and after, or
Yeah, that's a good one, because a lot of people think that the session, it's just the session, it's the 30 minutes and that's it. Well, really, when they get me for the session, they're actually getting at least an hour of my time, sometimes more, because when I do have somebody I'm going to work with, I need to prepare, and that means I start by clearing the area where I'm going to be working in. I smudge, I make sure that the energy in there, in the space that I'm going to be working in, is cleared, because I don't want anything that's going to interfere with just that pure source connection. So I start by clearing my space. I smudge myself as well. I grab, whether it's a sage or Palo Santo, whatever I have, you know, and I clear myself as well. But then I go through my grounding process and I connect to source. But I also connect to all my guides. You know, I make sure that, so you're not just getting me, because it's not me really who's doing any of this. Like I was telling you yesterday, I'm just a bus driver. I'm just told where to go and what to do. But yeah. You have a whole team behind it. It's not just me. And I also invite your team. So, you know, like with you, when I'm working with you, so it didn't surprise me that your guide did show up. It did throw me off, though, that it was like, well, I'm watching. So, but, you know, I do invite your guides as well to work with me, with my guides, to tell me what to do, where to go, etc. So it takes a good, 30 to 40 minutes prior to me to prepare, do all this. And usually afterwards, it's another 10, 15 minutes of me just decompressing and just grounding again and doing. So yeah, it's a good hour to hour and 20 minutes that you're getting in a 30-minute session. Yeah.
And I'm really happy that you expressed that and shared that out, because not too many people know the, you know, the
Yeah.
before and the after.
Mhm.
And that's how I work as well. And I think
Mhm.
all of us, when we're offering out our amazing services, and for people to hear that, because it is so important, you know, and
Yeah.
it's so incredibly valuable.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And so you're the ones that, you know, you're working with, they're just getting the full package. I mean, they're just getting so much.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah. There's a lot packed into that 30 minutes. Yeah.
absolutely
Mhm.
fantastic. So what would you say, out of all your clients and people that you have seen, is there any in particular, maybe a story, a little story that you can perhaps share that, you know, really just opened up so much, or, you know, for them, you know, the result? Is there one in particular that comes to mind?
Um, well, you with your dream that after the session you had, but no, I do have one in particular. She dealt with a lot of anxiety, and on medication as well. And I did ask her, I said, for the session, I would prefer if you don't have any medication, just because I want to know exactly what I'm doing, and that it is having some effect.
Mhm.
I had several sessions with her, and she said she was able to manage when she did get an anxiety attack again. It wasn't as intense as it had been, and she was able to manage through it without her medication.
That's
Which before, it was just so intense and so much that she had to go to take her pill, and to kind of just a little bit. And after, I think I probably worked with her probably 5 to 6 sessions before she said she was able to manage it without having to go to that prescription bottle. So that kind of was like, okay, so there's more to it. It's not just me listening to those voices in my head.
honestly,
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic, and it's deep work. It really is.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
deep work. So, well, thank you for sharing that. Because I just, I think it's just fantastic what you're doing and how you're expanding and evolving, and, you know, learning and growing, and just, it's just so amazing and juicy.
Thank you.
And all the amazing people that you're helping, you know, and just, helping them better their lives.
Yeah,
And
and that's the whole point of this. It's not, for me to get recognition or anything. It's just I want to help, and I can help. So, that's where I'm coming from. The space of, I have, well, everybody has this ability, but it just came a little easier to me to be able to tap in. Because how many times have you walked into a room and you're like, ooh, it feels kind of funky in here, so we all, or it's like, oh, that person gives me the the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. So we all have the ability to sense energy and feel it. So, but it does come a little easier to some of us than others. So that's where I'm coming from. I can tap into this easier. So I want to help. I want to help in any way to improve someone else's life if I can. So yeah.
I love it. Thank you. Well, if anybody wants to reach out to you, or, you know, how would they go about doing that?
I will put a link right now on here where you can schedule. Let me see, there it is. Schedule the session.
Okay.
But if you do have, you're still having questions, you still are doubting, I do have a 15-minute kind of like a discovery call where we can just talk about any questions you have.
Okay.
If you're still on the fence, you're still not sure, but you want more information about what an energy session looks like or what you might feel, etc. Any questions? I do have a 15-minute free call and I'm gonna, sorry, I can't talk and text and all at the same time, but I'm trying here. Where is that? Here we go. I have a link here as well, where we can just talk. We can just see if that's something that, you know, you're interested in, or if it's gonna something you feel good about. Just having that energy session. So I put those in the comments. I put those both links in there, and
Wonderful. Thank you so
yeah.
much. Wonderful. So yeah, if there's any comments or questions, please reach out. You can leave them here in the comments. And if you have any right now, please feel free to ask away. We can do a little Q&A if you want. That'd be fun too.
Yeah. If anybody has questions, I mean,
Yeah, please ask away, and
I'm here and ready to answer.
ask away, everybody. And then if you're thinking about reaching out to Patricia, there's the link. And yeah, I would absolutely, I would, yes, definitely. Yes, absolutely. So that's how to get a hold of Patricia. And
Yeah. Oh, and also I would like to offer for anybody who watched the live or even the replay, but you know, watch this, a discount for the energy session. So all they have to do is, if they do decide to have an energy session with me, they can enter the code interview.
Wonderful.
That'll give them 11% discount off the
Wonderful.
regular
Thank
session.
you for that. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Exciting. Wonderful. Well, okay. Well, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you being here and talking all about energy. And thank you for enlightening us. And yeah, oh, it's been fantastic. And I'm really excited that you're here. And
Yeah, no,
mm,
I'm glad to be here, and thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I mean, I
absolutely.
know it was a little out of my comfort zone, but yeah, no, thank you.
You're so welcome. So welcome. All right. Well, that about wraps us up. And yeah, please feel free to leave any comments. Reach out to myself or reach out to Patricia if you're interested in scheduling a session with Patricia. The link is there. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it. And if you're listening to the replay, please type in #replay. And again, thank you. Thank you so much, Patricia. And yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.